Welcome to the first edition of the 2023 Campfire, and we are starting off by analyzing the private school ranks in our film session. Kincaid School has been on a roll of late in the SPC. The Falcons have won back-to-back state championships despite not finishing in first place in the standings. They simply know how to get it done when all the chips are on the table. However, in 2023, Kincaid won't have a bell brother to turn to as both Dylan and Micah are playing Division I college football. They do have talent coming back in all-conference members Miles Roeder and Nico Gomez. Bel Air Episcopal, the state's runner-up, will be back in the mix as well behind quarterback Carson Gordon. St. John's went 7-3 and brings back all-conference members Stephen Hill and Cole Allen. In TAPPS, how about St. Thomas, who finished 10-2 and 4-1 in district? They bring back athlete Dante Alton-Lewis and should be a favorite in District 2. Joshua Mitchell will be tough to bring down out of the backfield for St. Pius X, so look for them to challenge for a district title. Fort Bend Christian is the defending Division II state champ and will rely on athlete Kobe Sellers to help them make a run at back-to-back. Second Baptist Joshua Crisp out of the backfield will be hard to bring down as well. And in six-man, Dominic Rosa returns from Logos Prep, who looks to make a return to the state title game and this time win it. For an even deeper look at the private schools, here's producer Ward Fasold and the Houston Chronicle's John Poorman with the district breakdown.
All right, district breakdown time. We are starting off the season. We're going to talk private school ranks with my main man, John Poorman from the Houston Chronicle. John always loves it when I want to talk football 4 months before anything even starts, but that's what we're doing, John. You got to be ready for it. You got to be on your toes. We're talking private. You're always ready, aren't you? We're talking private schools, and how are things looking in the TAPPS classification for the Houston area? Do we have any potential title? I know we got the tough ones in DFW with the Parish Episcopals and Plano Prestonwoods of the world, but do we have some guys that can kind of maybe stand out and make a run at it?
Yeah, one team in particular that I'm really looking at is St. Thomas. Obviously, they had a great season this past year. They had a guy by the name of Dante Lewis move in from Shadow Creek at quarterback. And this is a really talented two-sport athlete. He plays baseball as well. And he was just a phenomenal player for them at the quarterback position this past year. Had a lot to do with their success and what they were able to accomplish. Obviously, they would have liked to have pushed further in the playoffs, but, you know, Lewis is coming back as a senior this next season, and he's going to be the catalyst for that offense once again, you know, making plays with his arm and with his legs. He can really do it all. So anytime you have that stability at that position, you know, especially, you know, with the private school ranks, that makes a big difference a lot of times. And so St. Thomas, I'm really bullish on going into this next season just because of Lewis. You know, and obviously they've got some other talented players coming back as well, but he's a difference maker and a playmaker.
Should be interesting to see. Next week we're going to talk lower classifications, 4A and lower. I'm going to pick your brain and see what teams you think might step out. You talked about no more Bell brothers to talk about. You can't talk about Ruben Owens anymore either. So you're going to have to find somebody else to talk about, Johnny.
Yep, sounds good.
We'll talk to you next week.
We'll post the entire breakdown segment this Wednesday on our social media pages. Now let's take a look at some game changers and our players on the rise. You've seen St. Thomas running back Johan Cardenas on our list before, and he is still someone to keep an eye on. Cardenas took his 975-yard sophomore season and upgraded it to a 1,000-yard season in 2022. The junior ran for 13 touchdowns as well, as Johan proved to be hard to bring down. Cardenas is verbally committed to Texas Tech. Carson Gordon was a problem for defenses in the SPC as a junior. His first year as the Knights' starting quarterback was a successful one as Gordon threw for 2,100 yards and 28 touchdowns and had just 4 picks. Carson was a mobile QB as well as he ran for 699 yards and 8 more scores. Look for even bigger numbers this year as Gordon has offers from UNLV, Washington State, and Texas Tech, among others. Fort Bend Christian Academy won a state title behind huge offensive lineman Bennett Warren. He's a 6'7", 315-pound man-child who mostly played right tackle for the Eagles. The powerful lineman earned first-team All-District honors as a junior. Warren is a 4-star prospect and has offers from all the big boys, including Texas, Oklahoma, and Texas A&M. At the Kincaid School, Nico Gomez rarely takes any plays off. The two-way player is a dominant safety and a wide receiver for the Falcons. Gomez is a ball hawk on defense as he got a couple pick sixes with his ability to track the quarterback's eyes and then making the play. Nico was all SPC and all state last year for the Falcons. Our Ward Fasol caught up with one of Houston's best private school head coaches in our Media Day segment.
All right, it's Media Day, and we're joined by Coach Lisa, Bel Air Episcopal. Coach, we're about ready to start another SPC season. I may have jumped the gun there. We got 4 months before we start another season, but it's never too early in Texas to talk high school football. So after playing in the championship game and falling short, talk about what you guys are looking for during the spring to get ready for yet another season.
Really, it's just to stay focused because we were very junior heavy last year, with some good sophomores sprinkled in there as well, and even a freshman. So we got to stay locked in for this year. And, it was Kincaid played well, and we made a couple mistakes that hurt us. We had a couple fumbles, a dropped fourth down ball, interception. It was one of those nights that we played football and things just didn't go well for us. And for us just to stay locked in mentally and just to get our bodies right. And we're really, we're a month and a half away. May 1st, we got to get back on the fields and prepare for next year.
One of the things you got to be excited about is Carson coming back, Carson Gordon. Boy, he really showed us some stuff this past year, and just to be able to build on that for his senior season. Talk about how excited you are for Carson to be behind center again.
Yeah, so from where he is right now compared to we were at the end of the year is night and day. Coming in, first year in the offense, getting to know the school, just an incredible young man. And his arm strength physically he's matured. His arm has gotten stronger. He loves to talk football. He understands what we're doing. He can go out there and call the plays now. He's ready to go. This will be a fun year for him, just to kind of take it to another level.
Perfect. Thank you very much for joining us, Coach, and good luck 4 months from now.
You got it. Appreciate that. Thanks, Ward.
You can catch the entire interview Friday on our social media channels. That's going to do it for this week's Campfire. Next week, we talk lower classifications in the UIL. Until then, have a great week, everybody.